Burn him in the OG in the morning. Burn him in the OG in the morning. 102.5 FM. Turn up. Turn up. Wake up. I tell you, get money. I get up, get the money, baby. Bring you the news you can use. Let you know what's going on in the community. Man, law, health, business, and hygiene. We're gonna show you who the hottest in the streets is. We'll bring you the greatest moments of hip hop. Put you up on game. Then we gonna go to your favorite barbershop. Get all the gossip of the week and the No Offense interview show. Y'all stay tuned. We live.
Yeah. I don't even know what day it is. I'm back though.
It's not a mirage. It is him.
Is it Wednesday? Is it Thursday? I don't know. I know I'm back though.
It's Thursday.
I thought you just said Tuesday. Like, damn, where y'all?
Right. Yeah, it's Thursday. We are back in the house. You know, it's a lot of shit to talk about. A lot of stuff that went down. I think it's gonna be super interesting.
I was trying to catch you yesterday.
But now you know, since we got really to get into the meat of the shit that happened with the girl getting shot.
16-year-old.
There's been a lot of conflicting opinions about the situation. I feel like, and like I say, we got if you can see the caption or whatever. What's up, Jizzle? I feel like one fact that no one can get around, because I know we want to blame the cops and we want to go at them, and it's that climate where it's, you know, fuck the police or whatever, but had she stayed in the house, she would have never got shot.
Right. Even if she would have dropped the knife.
That. Yeah, or one up that. She could have said boom, bam. But she was enraged. And that's one of the things I want to talk about this morning is the fucking hatred we have for each other. Her hatred got her killed. Stupidity, immaturity, a lot of things come into play. But see, one thing with us, and I'm specifically talking about black people, us, it's like, especially this generation, and I was talking about the girls. Me and Sayer was saying, man, they fight to the death. Sayer said, fight like pit bulls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you ever seen a black chick fight, you seen a fight. You seen people out there trying to kill each other, man.
Yeah.
Like they just hate each other. Just like, I hate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what, and then it's this thing, immaturity comes into play where it's like, okay, I can't have motherfuckers thinking I'm no punk. You know what I mean? These hoes pulled up on me. If I don't go out there, all they gonna be able to talk about on Facebook is how I didn't come out. How I didn't come out.
Right.
So I'm gonna go die. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put myself in a situation to die just to make a point.
Hey, she turned Asian all of a sudden. I'm going to die with Anna.
Right.
Look at us.
Right. And then,
Oh my God.
Then came outside. She called the cops, right? She called the cops. Came outside. But when the cops get there, she seems to be the aggressor.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm here for you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, and I hate to do it, but we have to be fair, man. We have to be fair on this show.
Shit.
At that point, you don't know who's who.
Yeah.
You don't know none of these people.
Because you see, okay, right before she come at the
video.
Yeah, it's in here.
Okay.
right before she come at the girl, she finna stab with the knife. She going at another chick. She lose her attention to her and come at her. And you see why she like this in the freeze frame. It's some dude who finna kick old girl in the face.
Get that out, yeah. I think they say that was an adult.
He was stomping on her.
Like he was finna kick a free throw on her head.
What's up, David?
That's what we was talking about.
That was the father, yeah.
We was just talking about that.
That's what we were saying. That was an adult.
We talked about this yesterday.
But fuck him anyway. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with her right now because she was completely out of control.
Yeah.
I need to know the full story because what the fuck was going on? That was a totally chaotic scene. You know what I'm saying?
That shit was bananas.
And like I'm saying, if you never met none of these people and you pull up, you don't know that that the bitch with the knife is the one that called the cops the quote unquote victim.
Nobody knows.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You don't know that shit. You just see a bitch with a knife. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Y'all don't know how hard it is to say this, but that cop a fucking hero. I'm sorry. He
Listen.
saved a life that day.
So-
that was like the movies. You
The
know
lady,
what I'm saying?
I watched the thing. Somebody sent it to me, and it was the aftermath of the grandparents and the mother and them talking to the police officers. That I kept telling those girls to go home. I kept telling those girls to go home, but they came over here, you know, because they was fighting with my daughter, blah blah whatever. And then she came out, and they were trying to say she was just protecting herself. That's what the parents were saying.
So the parents, because now back to what David said. The father. So you mean the fucking parents was there?
I guess.
Oh my. And he out helping her fight.
Right.
See, let me tell you something, fam. I love my kids to death. I'm not gonna let nobody hurt my kids or jump on me.
Right.
That's out. But I also taught my kids to be smart. If you have an out, take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't die or put yourself in a situation that you don't have to. I've always preached not coming outside when motherfuckers come to your house. You get your weapon, you go upstairs to the upstairs window. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you do not come out the house. Nothing good gonna come from you coming out that house.
Right.
Man. Nothing. I don't care how much you want to prove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's,
and it's all about proving shit. This fucking Facebook is the devil. And it ain't Facebook's fault. Because remember, we being accountable. It ain't Facebook's fault. It's the people on it and the access they have to each other and the shit that they get going on.
Yeah, man.
That's where it starts at. You know what I'm saying? I ain't blaming Facebook. We blaming the people. You know what I'm saying?
you know what, Salazar, you're right.
The cop ain't responsible. I'm taking the cop out of it.
No. He's saying that the father is just as much as responsible as that girl dying is as the cop.
So,
Yeah.
let's take off as much and put the father is responsible. You know what I'm saying? Let's take off as much, David. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Because I'm like I say, they making me say shit that I don't want to say, but the cop had to do what the fuck he had to do, man.
Yeah. And
Think. And before you defend and say, no, he didn't have to do that, think if that was your daughter in the pink. About to get what that girl was about to get.
She was about to stab the shit out of her.
In this situation, like if he would have took lighter measures, it could have played out a whole nother way.
Man.
Everybody talking about taser. You know what I mean? I done seen somebody get stabbed. I mean, I done seen somebody get hit with a taser and still fulfill their last motion.
Right.
You can get tased somebody 4 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
seen that. I've
Come
seen
on,
that
man. No, he had to shoot her. I'm sorry. I know we don't want to say that because all the shit that's been happening, but we got to keep it real at some point.
The girl that died, Elizabeth, her dad was the one kicking the other girl. Mm-hmm. We're gonna play the video in a little bit. We just trying to get more people involved and talk about it.
No, David, we having that conversation, goddamn.
No,
We don't have it. That's why we here. Thank you for joining in. We having that conversation. We pointing the fingers at the motherfuckers that is wrong.
That's Devious. That's one of our DJs.
Oh, what's up? Pitch Control?
Yeah.
My man, I'm Pitch Control too. My man. Anyways.
This situation got such a thin line, man. You can look at it from so many different ways. But OG 100% right. It's like, we can't compare this situation to all the other bullshit that we done seen. And when we do, it really waters down the other shit. Because she had the knife. They got her in freeze frame. Where literally one more second, somebody would have been sliced open. Now, should the shots been fatal? I don't think so. But at that very time, in the moment, you shooting, you can't really be like, I gotta hit her in the leg. I gotta hit her in the I gotta stop this shit.
And something that
we talked about this
pointed out yesterday, he may not have meant to kill her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He might have tried to just maim her,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I pointed out my guy Chico, he tried not to kill a person, figured he would shoot him in the leg and hit that artery, dude bled out and died. You know what I'm saying? So people ain't always trying to kill a motherfucker when they shooting them. You know what I'm saying? You trying to immobilize your ass. Take you down. You know what I'm saying? Now, she just happened to die because, of course, she was 16. She took all them bullets. You know what I'm saying? And they meant to hurt.
Well, listen, we talked about this yesterday. We debated this amongst ourselves yesterday. We were off air. In that millisecond, okay, in that instance, you pull up and you see a chick wielding a knife. We're talking about milliseconds, right? You're pulling out a gun. You're not literally trying to go and aim. You're just letting off. You know what I mean? And you have to remember, these officers are trained center mass.
And that's more like TV.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
I mean, to where you go hit him in the leg. And
No,
that's
right.
scripted. You know what I'm saying? This is real life. You know what I'm saying?
shot my pinky
right.
toe.
You getting out shooting. You're right. You getting out
Yeah.
shooting like,
Yeah.
I mean, that shit had to happen right then and there. Old girl, come on. Everybody seen the picture. This.
And
You know
everybody
what I'm
ain't got
saying?
the best aim. Everybody ain't got the best aim.
Right,
He
but
probably went, he had to drop her. You know what I'm saying? She was finna he had to stop that knife
Elizabeth,
from going through.
we're talking about milliseconds. We're not talking about, hey, back up, put the weapon down. We're talking about literally in your face with a weapon. There is no time to aim.
Yeah, we giving the cops
Yeah.
too much.
No, there's
We
no
putting
time to
too much
aim.
on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they regular people too.
Yeah.
When you see that happen in the movie, when the suspect hit him right in the shoulder, or something, come on, man, that's the TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you decide, you can't play both sides of the fence, man. When you decided to call the police, or you decided to pull out that knife, them don't go together.
Right.
You either gonna pull up that knife and handle your business, or you gonna call the police.
I haven't seen LeBron James' statements. I haven't seen it, so I can't speak on it.
Now, I think, listen, maybe, I think it's a combination of ignorance and anger.
Did you hear it? I didn't see
It
it.
was a simple, you're next. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. But I don't think, like a lot of people, because remember, I showed a video and then they slowed it down, and my whole opinion changed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything I said changed. Like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So I think at that moment, maybe he didn't have all the facts.
Right.
So let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have all the facts. You know, he
And LeBron-
jumped out of emotion.
Right.
You know what
LeBron
I'm
deleted his
saying?
tweet.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by police. I took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate." Oh, that's why he said he took it down. Where's the tweet? I want to read the tweet.
It was your next
You're next.
to the cop.
That's
So,
crazy.
you know, they hate LeBron anyway. They want any reason to take LeBron
This
down.
the thing they've been looking
You know
for.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
They been under the rug trying to find anything on this man.
He building schools for inner city kids and shit like that. They hate the fuck out of LeBron.
Yeah.
Now they gonna try to
Nobody hate him
cancel
more
his
than black
school.
motherfuckers. Yeah.
Watch
Those-
some try to cancel the school
Black
down.
people are leading the march in the hate
Yeah.
against LeBron too. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
We gonna tell the truth around this
So,
bitch.
Elizabeth, it's what do you call it? Yeah, they supposedly they call the cops, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You call the cops on yourself, and you know you about to go outside and do some dumb shit.
What do
What do
I'm
you
about to commit a
expect?
felony because they finna whoop
She
me.
couldn't hold her no more. And then you got these parents, you couldn't keep her in the house.
Right.
Let me tell you something. I can keep my child from potentially going out to die. If I got to choke a motherfucker out, put you in the sleeper hole.
You best believe they sitting down.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna listen. You called the police. That's why I'm keeping you in the house. That's why. Because if you go out there, they pull up, you out there on some bullshit, guess what can happen? You in the shit with them.
Yeah.
Then look what happened. It's exactly what happened. How many times have people called the cops and the cops end up killing the people they called them?
That's happened a
not
lot.
acting like this
Yeah.
don't happen. So why the fuck would you call them and then take your ass out there
Right.
with a knife?
Yeah, man.
Man, you was, and then the daddy. Okay, I understand the daddy. You thinking you helping your daughter by kicking the girls and shit, right? Which is totally just, I can't even imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Because she had the knife. Wasn't nobody jumping on her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She was out there in total control.
And she
bitches
kicked
was
the
running
girl
from
when she
her.
was down.
Yeah, bitches was running from her. You know what I'm saying? She was chasing bitches.
Yeah.
So there was no reason to kick her. But what I get back to is if you feel like you was helping your daughter. You know what would have helped your daughter even more? Keeping her in the house. Maybe you should have kicked her in her ass. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd like to know if they pulled up with the sirens on too, man. Because I don't care what you doing, even without the sirens. You can tell when the police pull up. Man,
because everybody started moving around. You already know. The crowd start, oh, hey,
somebody,
you know what I'm saying?
Somebody go back, put them make you look that way.
She was here. I heard him say, stop. I heard him yelling. But we all know, at this point, she was in full fucking rage.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't hear nothing but kill. You know what I'm
let's
saying?
run it. Let's run the video.
All right, we got the video.
Let's run the video. So here we go. Let's see right here.
Hey.
Okay, here's the video.
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, get down!
Now that's real time. See how fast that happened?
They're gonna slow it down right now.
I have to say, he didn't come out with his gun drawn.
No.
So here we go.
Bryant is the young lady who was in it. She was 16 years old. The officer arrived and said he saw a knife and then opened fire, unfortunately, shooting that young lady 4 times. She did die. We've also have the video slowed down. Now, this police department actually slowed this video down as they released this video. Take a watch of this version of it
right here.
as police show what their officer was dealing with.
Old girl getting kicked. And here come the knife.
Look.
So I'm not sure you still see this video, but right now the officer approaches. There is a knife. There's some movement there, and then he opens fire. Now, of course, there's a lot of people who are upset with this decision. So a lot of questions will be going on. The officer has been put on paid administrative leave. It normally happens after a shooting like this. On top of that, of course, there's calls in the community for more of an investigation. Boom. But listen to what the mayor had to say during this difficult situation.
And also another thing that needs to be said. The parents of the other kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, tell your kids, I got a cousin, man. He is a well-known rapper.
Okay.
Took 2 of my other little cousins over some dudes, some girls said, some dudes said something about them. Some whole bullshit, right? They said, y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that. So, fam them, high off the ecstasy and all that shit, figure they'll go over there and confront these motherfuckers. Well, the dudes where they went didn't want to be confronted. You know what I'm saying? Especially at their home. You know what I mean? So he came out fucking blasted, killed 2 of my motherfucking cousins.
Damn.
Murdered them. He outright, nothing happened. Because it was justified. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was out. You know what I'm saying? It was justified. They came to his house, the castle doctrine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you pulling up to motherfuckers'
I
houses.
still say method lab. He said, if it's love.
Y'all stop.
Hold on, yeah, I'll fix it.
I've been looking right
Method
at
lab
it.
take over right now.
Yeah, hold on, man. It's okay. Don't worry about it, man.
Look, this pulling up to people's houses. Y'all let y'all young people know that shit is out. That ain't cool. That is a good way to get murdered. And it's a good way to get murdered and have the murderer walk free.
Yeah, man, I hope the narrative changed, man, because I think I was very guilty of that. I think I've calmed down a lot, but say something crazy to me, I'm pulling up, or I'm gonna surprise you. Like now, it's like, yeah, whatever, man.
Right.
Let a bum ass motherfucker have a bum ass opinion while I continue getting my money.
Right.
I'm not for the. This shit is what can happen every single time.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Because it could go bad for either party. Mm-hmm. You might go over there and do somebody. Mm-hmm. Now, you know you ain't nowhere legally right. Mm-hmm. You went over there. You can't go to nobody's house and kill him and then say self-defense. You know what I'm saying?
And it ain't no pause button in life. They couldn't pause and be like, hey, somebody here today is either gonna die or get really fucked up. Is this worth it? Y'all probably arguing over some Pokemon cards. Y'all 16 years old. Y'all arguing over some bullshit. There ain't no real life. You know what I mean? What the fuck? What's the worst thing could happen? She stole your motherfucking Xbox? You know what I mean?
Right. Now, I don't think they raising them to be savages. A lot of these parents are young. A lot of them are absentee, where a lot of people work. You got parents who are decent people, but they work, and so they can't be there with them kids all the time. And them kids is able to run wild. Everybody did it. Let's not become adults and forget we was fucking kids at one point.
Right.
My mama didn't raise me to be no fucking savage either, but I went to jail and did all that the savage shit. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't raise me that way.
There's what they call free will, man. It's you know what I mean? You have the right to choose between right and wrong. And as teenagers, we do a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's that line that you cross when it's too far. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that also falls back on a parent, because if you're not parenting, you're not taking care of your kids.
I think at every child's life, there's a point where they rebel against what their parents say, no matter how loving or how unloving they are.
Your mom and dad could be there every day giving you the morals and shit that you need, and you can turn 16 and get out in the street with your homies that's smoking weed in the gang and throw all that shit out the window.
In a heartbeat.
You know what I'm saying?
In a fucking heartbeat.
We can't blame the parents all the way, except when we see parents kicking kids on the ground and shit like that. Then we could come after them. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, y'all full of shit. And another thing I want to talk about, which is in the title, you know what I'm saying, is that, oh man, I lost my train of thought that fast. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I need to see the title. Let me go to my Facebook. Yeah. But go ahead, man.
Man, I was just gonna get back to that. Go to another subject. It's cool. We done with this one.
Let me see, because it was something in the
something
title.
To go with it.
And it was something in the title.
Okay.
Just let me look at the title for one
But
second.
I can say this, man. Like you guys said, kids are gonna rebel, right? Kids are gonna do whatever they want to do. But if the parents got it together, I'm not about to go outside and box with my son with some other kid that pulled up to my house.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there's
I don't know. I mean, honestly,
that's what I mean. Go ahead.
Honestly, I think if some kids came up to fuck with my kids, I think I would be out there doing the same shit. However, like I said, you can't play both sides of the fence. You can't call the cops and then go out there with a motherfucking weapon and handle business. If you call somebody else to handle business, they pull up and you handling business, you not the victim no more.
Right. But see, there's two sides to that coin though, right?
Yeah, let me grab
I open it. You good?
Oh, you open it?
Yeah, I open it already.
Oh, you got the rebound.
So
technology.
we looking at it like this. If I'm sitting at home and my kid got beef with somebody and they pull up and they, let's just say they 5 or 6 deep.
Right.
My kid ain't going outside.
Right.
I'm going to go outside and be like, look, y'all need to leave or it can get real ugly. Y'all just go home. Yeah. Simple as that. Right? And then I'm going to get my ass back in the house.
Right.
Right? Now, if they start fucking with my door or they start trying to kick my door in, now we have a completely different issue. Okay? Right. So now it's the castle domain. Now I'm finna handle it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you don't go outside and be like, all right, man, let's go outside and go kick these motherfuckers' ass. It don't work that way. You're not supposed to go outside and be hotboxing with your kids and their problems. You should be, trying to teach them a better way. Because if not, it's going to become a whole different scenario.
Mm-hmm. Right, just like when my son got into the situation with the girl and they had called people and her father had got involved and shit. I called as a parent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tried to talk like, hey, this ain't got to be all that. I'm going to get my son, you know what I'm saying? He knows better than this. I'm going to get him. And my son, 21. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to get him. And this, that. But
parents don't never stop.
She added that whole, well, if something happened to your son, then I went a little, hey.
Yeah.
Bitch, they never go ahead and take my son.
Right.
Watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to take him out of it. You know what I'm saying?
You're trying to be amicable.
I'm grabbing him. Yeah, I'm going to get him. I'm going to go tell him, hey, leave these fucking people alone.
Right.
Yeah. Don't go over there no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Leave her alone.
Right.
That's what I'm going to go tell him. Because I'm going to step in and do my part. But I was talking about when we was talking about the parenting.
Mm-hmm.
I said, look at the role models, man. When you go up and down Facebook and a motherfucker got his camera on and they ain't doing nothing but this with a blunt.
Right.
Or she twerking, hit my OnlyFans and all this. This is the fucking parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's...
And also, I said, when you doing all of that shit, I want to send a message to you parents that do that shit. Have you ever thought that maybe one day your child might want to be something in life or run for something? You think they not gonna bring them videos back up?
Of course.
And I know what you think. See, if you black and you young, this is what you think. You think you gonna be able to say, that was me. That ain't had nothing to do with him. That was back then. And everybody, and all the bigots and everybody gonna be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Don't work that way.
They gonna be like, no, we do not want the son of a twerker as our fucking president, or the thug nigga that had all the guns and shit. We do not want him as our fucking president.
Could you imagine?
Ruined your child's life. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
to look
I'm giving you one of these, fam. I'm giving you one of these.
Yeah.
Nah, listen, you know why? Because it's 100% true. There is no getting away from that. In this society today, everything you do is recorded on a server somewhere. Okay? Everything you doing with your cell phone is being documented, right? So all of that can be brought back up at any damn time when they choose to go get it. Okay? So whatever you doing with your damn cell phone, trust and believe me, it's on a server somewhere. And they gonna recall it when they need it.
Hey, and if they running for president, I think we all gonna know they gonna do a deep scrub. Ain't gonna be shit you gonna be able to hide. You know what I'm saying?
They found Obama daddy.
Yep. Huh?
Said they found Obama daddy.
So did. And they found out about the one his stepdaddy. And all of that shit, everything. They made that man pull his birth certificate.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he had to give a DNA test.
Right. Or hey, niggerdom or no niggatry. You can't be participated in any kind of niggatry and think your child will be president.
Oh, you crazy.
Hey, back on them parents though, doubling back. Hey, you was in a situation where you could be approached and talked to, even though she was disrespectful. You know what I mean? Right. Average person now, man, you can't go out there to talk to the parent because, man, the parent standing right alongside of them on the same bullshit. Who won't smoke?
Situation. Look, I got kids that's 8 and 5, and the parents of the kids the same age as them.
It's Danny.
Is half my age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when my kids when our kids are having a problem at school, my thing is, am I gonna have to go in here and deal with one of these old weed smoking, twerking ass parents? You know what I'm saying? And try to reason with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what's your take on the side? You're justified or not justified? About the killing of the young lady? Man, I'd have shot her. Yeah.
Like I said,
you got 3 people on the same page, just all the way against the police. You know what I mean?
What if the girl?
I mean, you see the video, man. She finna poke her. Yeah, she is.
And who knows how many times and who knows where?
Man, it don't matter. She finna poke her.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think I've seen.
We ain't got time to guess what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? There's no time.
I think I've seen every type of opinion on this. You know what I mean? Like, it's at the end of the day. They released the body cam right away. Ain't no guessing. They ain't make us wait 6 months to a year. It ain't no guessing.
They
ain't
always
no
release
what
it
was
right
going
away
at the
when
time.
they right.
Right, when they right, that shit
right when they wrong. We still ain't see Acevedo shit. What the fuck?
Hey, we didn't even know. We didn't even know they could sue to not release the body cam.
Wow. Yeah. And it happened so fast, like you said.
We didn't even know that was even possible, man. Like, what's the whole point of the damn body cam? Right. The officers gonna be like, "Hey, lawyer, I don't want them looking at what I do."
Right? Yeah.
This for me and my popcorn, man. Fuck y'all.
Look, they black cop like that. You heard about him? They got him on body cam. I guess somebody go through it every now and then.
Yeah.
And they got him using the N-word and this, that. And he was doing all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, they just do this shit on camera like ain't nothing gonna happen.
Right.
Like the cameras is like it would put me in the mind of when they start putting the cameras up in Chicago. And they was like, they got the cameras on every corner. And the little young dude said, man, people get killed in front of them cameras every night.
It's true. It's
You know
very
what
true.
I'm saying? Like, they just there, fam. You know what
But
I'm
listen,
saying?
so we go back to what do you call it? Like Mark Phillips. He said, man, the cop was justified, right? So they literally knew that he was justified. That's why they released the body cam right away. Right away.
That's why we stop when somebody say police, because we don't want them to justifiably knock our noodles out.
Because if they out here and I'm still going at it, anything can happen to me at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's 100% right.
You was supposed to stop, but they don't know. She was in full rage. And they don't have that stop. They don't know like we know. But they should, because the parents should be teaching them that. Like, hey, the cops, do you know they can kill you legally? So you might not want to run out with a knife in front of them. You know what I'm
still get
saying?
away with it.
You might not try to kill a bitch, you know what I'm saying, right in front of the cops. I mean, it's not a good idea.
Right.
Because you may be the bitch ended up dead. I hate to use the B word, but that's just the way I talk. I'm sorry.
No,
You
yeah,
know
but
what I'm
it's
saying?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
seen
mean
no
no harm.
fussing about that in the
And
comments.
everybody's just tuning in. If you haven't been on the show before, just the uncut show.
Like they ain't calling that daughter a bitch.
Right. And
Kathy.
she was, man, I could not. When I saw the video, I swear, man, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
It was wild, man.
That shit was like, I mean, it was like a episode out of a movie. Or like, what am I watching?
Right.
And I say, what else was movie-ish is when the bad guy is just about to stab the person and the cop shoots him. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit actually happened.
Like, how was he
Like,
able to move
wow.
that fast?
Yeah. Instantaneously.
And
I ain't get to catch y'all comments on the George Floyd situation that just happened before that.
we went over.
I know y'all went crazy on that shit.
And yeah, he broke
I was
down
trying to catch that.
the charges and the time that each one carried. And, you know,
It was like the Super Bowl, man. I turned on the TV, they were like, all right, is it going to be the first charge, or da-da-da, or all three, or none? Like, damn, they turned this into a sporting event.
Yeah,
Listen.
where was Simon Cowell at?
Right.
I could just imagine if it came not guilty, where everybody was in their pockets all over the world waiting on this shit. Wow. Man, I could just imagine this whole country didn't do
Hey,
fuck
we still got 8 weeks. We got
For the
8 weeks.
sentencing?
Yeah.
And you know what? I think, and see, they got him with all those kind of lesser charges. He still could potentially do some time, but they got him with the lesser charges. But
He got
they
guilty all three.
Yeah, but they knew they had to get him because they knew the world was watching.
Yeah.
They could not just let him go
see,
scot-free.
No.
You know
That's
what I'm
how I
saying?
look
Hey,
at
but
it,
let's
man.
stop
Yeah.
mentally tricking ourselves. The man ain't in jail for murder.
That's
Right.
how I look at it, man. Like,
he
we
ain't
look
charged with murder.
They
You know what I mean?
sacrificed one sheep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so shit wouldn't get set the fuck off.
Right.
And more importantly, just so they could be like, see, it is justice out
Right,
here.
right. There is
See,
justice. You
It
know
is
what I'm
fair.
saying?
Look at Chauvin. We don't tolerate bad cops. We're all good. That was one cop. You know what I mean?
Hey, and now Minnesota's police department
All right,
is
Salazar.
under the feds done came in. So now I'm like, hey, shit go change.
Listen.
Because one thing a boss hate is for his boss to
To
come
be-
down.
right.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
we have to wait till August when the other trial starts with the rest of those dudes. Because then we'll really find out what they're on. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. They went after Chauvin, but there's still the other guys that were involved in it that were on top of him.
I think everybody need
So-
to get the same 3
But
charges.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? And that's to be determined yet. And they're not saying that that's not going to start till late August. So they're still, you know what I mean? We got to wait 8 weeks for him to get sentenced, find out what they're going to hand down to him, and then what's going to happen in August.
Because the Asian dude's body cam that they finally released really paints more to the picture. Like, the young black dude right there was like, man, I should beat your ass. Get off of me. He was actually trying to intercede, and he was like, cops right there like, we gonna arrest you. You come over here. He could have did more, yes, but he was actually trying to do something. And the lady that was right there, she said, hey, I am an EMT, a paramedic. You guys have to check his pulse right now.
Yeah.
Check his pulse right now.
And
I think that was just the sprinkles on top of shit right there.
There's a lot of stuff, a lot of variables, but we had talked about this yesterday. And what they did was they just calmed down a huge scenario that if they would have said, no, he's not guilty, the U.S. would have been burning. The whole U.S., not just Minnesota, but the whole U.S. So they gave us
overseas.
They gave us a verdict. They gave us a soft verdict. That's how I call it. They gave us a soft verdict. They said guilty just to shut everybody up and go, hey, look, for now we'll figure it out, but we'll sentence him in 8 weeks. But they took him into custody right away. Like, did you see his face when they read the verdict? He looked like a deer in headlights. Like, huh? You mean I'm not going home? So
I don't see how you could think.
Man, I
They've
ain't
been
seen no
getting away with it
emotion
for
in this
so
fight.
long. They think they can just do whatever. Like, man, come
nah,
on.
man. So I don't, man. I'm like I said, we deal with these stories every day.
Man,
Every day there's a new one.
I got some good news for y'all, man. I got reunited with my son after
Yes.
2 years searching and putting in paperwork and private investigators and phone calls and everything I do. I found them. I got to go kick it with them. Spent, 9 out of 10 days with my son.
That's what's up. So did you get his haircut?
No, I couldn't find a barber down there, man.
Oh, man.
I was out there looking for a barber. And it was barbers from Milwaukee down there, but motherfuckers wouldn't respond to me, so fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But no, it's good to see that you got to spend time with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about that when we're off air because I had a few questions for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, I was like, man, I'm glad to see that you got to spend time with him and you got to reignite that. It was dope.
Man, the 2 years. Whew.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, all right, man.
What you think about the dispensaries down there, man?
I liked them.
I think
had
they
a good time. I had a good time. See, look, man, I'm looking at this, and this dude, Chris, you go keep fucking with me. Look, man, crazy. I don't see this on all you local DJs and radio heads timeline. So support Milwaukee for Brandon B. Justice. Why would you tag me in this shit saying some shit like that?
Yeah.
Because one thing I want to say is I don't see no support for 102.5 FM on none of you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
man.
when the fuck is B
Not
Justice
even the
called
artists.
here?
Right. Fuck y'all. Fuck you. You know
What
I'm
happened with
saying?
Justice?
He dropped the album, and we
Yeah, he
were
dropped the
supposed to
album.
share it, right? We supposed to share his album because we a station, right?
Right.
But when the fuck is B Justice got involved with the station? I like to hear that one. You know what I mean?
Right.
This shit been here for a whole year. We're playing plenty local music. We've been showing more love in the history of radio than ever. And you
Right.
talking about we should be doing some more? No, bring your ass up here and see that you got an open platform and take advantage of it and utilize it and stop thinking you Mariah Carey like a motherfucker gonna hand you a gold-plated toilet seat in this bitch.
And with that being said, our packages are double.
Shit.
Say you're funny. Man, say you're funny as hell, man.
Hey, I was a little disappointed by them dispensaries, though. I ain't gonna lie, man.
I meant to bring a little list that I had. You know what I'm saying? Cause they had the reef.
Yeah.
I got a lighter, a t-shirt.
Right.
They treat you nice around there, but the flower shop, like I said, I had to get out of there. They was treating me like Pookie. And Dino Brown. See y'all there? I felt like I was at the Carter. You know what I'm
Was
saying?
handing me
Buying some
clipboards and shit.
crack. They was like,
the fuck?
First they security was
Say workers being rude.
Shout out to them hiring the elderly too, because the security was at least 60. You know what I'm saying? Then it was like, stand right here. So I'm standing outside for 10 minutes. Then I basically, we literally the only people in line though. Like, you would think there was a long line. No, it's me and another person. Me
Really?
and two other people, right. So we just standing there. That's why I'm like, they treat me like shit. So I'm
Yeah.
standing out there. Then they like, all right, come on in. They wave us in. Now we got to stand in another part.
Right.
I said, man, I'm out of here. Fuck this shit.
You gotta show your ID 3 times,
Right.
though. The check-in, the security when you get past that, then when you buying the shit.
Right, I'm buying drugs. You know what I'm saying?
listen.
Just let me in. I'm used to just, hey, all right, here, there you go. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in line. And
I went into the one, I'm like, damn, this beautiful. Y'all got weed, pizza. Y'all got all this shit. Let me see the weeds y'all got. Y'all got like 5 strands in this motherfucker. That's it. Y'all got all this shit with 5 strands in this motherfucker.
We went into the accessory shop.
Right? I've been to a couple of them, bro. And the list that OG had was the longest list for actual weed that I saw.
And you know what though? It's the area that you're in too for the dispensaries you're in. Because certain areas will only allow certain dispensaries and certain stuff in that area. Now, if you go, for instance, you go over a state and you go to Colorado, they're like here. It's like a Walgreens on every corner, right? Mm-hmm. There's a dispensary on every corner, and they're allowed to carry whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? And they do have the recreational, and then they have the medical.
This the shit I don't like though, man. How many people have been to jail in prison for selling weed? And then it's been legal for a couple months out there. Corporate completely took this shit over. Y'all should give first dibs to the drug dealers.
But you know what?
Like, man, you been selling weed for how long? Okay, you got first dibs on the dispensary.
But this is what's crazy though.
And you probably can't because now you a convicted drug.
Right. and that's exactly it. Is that recreational versus medical, and it's still all federally illegal. Federally illegal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Not legal.
They can only take cash.
Yeah. So, and none of them use credit card, debit card, none of that. It's all cash basis, and they can't even put it in the bank.
Right.
Hey, that's why I'm uncomfortable with them taking your ID and swiping it.
That's wrong because they was about to take the debit down there, but a motherfucker changed their mind because it was their child support shit, and they didn't want that to show up out there. But they was about to take the debit card.
Where?
They told me no debit. Yeah, they told me no debit at all I went to. The one had the time machine.
They probably was about to take that debit. I don't know how they was going to do it.
I was going to say, they probably have it set up as a different account.
Right.
Yeah.
They was so, but it wasn't no problem.
Yeah.
Like, can I use my debit? And they was like, yeah.
Yeah. In Colorado, I know 100% for a fact because my cousin does all the safes that they use. He's a locksmith for them. And the team that he works with, they're ex-military. And they guard the safes and the money, right? So every day they actually go do a drop, but they go out to the desert into another vault and go drop that shit off because they cannot federally house their money in any bank.
And I don't understand how they can charge taxes then if it's not federally legal.
Because they gotta pay state taxes, not federal taxes.
Yeah, because with weed, there's the medicinal and the recreational. Mm-hmm. Now, medicinal only has to pay 8% tax. Medicinal has to pay 28% tax. That's because I asked him, I said, man, so what's the difference if I got a weed card or if I don't got a weed card? He said, weed card, you get right in. You pretty much get to skip the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you only pay 8% taxes.
Chicago's 28%.
At the reef, all I know is the medical is stronger too.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
He said, especially for the gummies, he said there's gummies that you can only get with medical. You're not going to get a 200 milligram gummy with a medicinal gummy bag, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you gotta have a medical card.
Right,
gotta have a medical card.
Motherfuckers be selling that shit though.
Right.
You catch it in the street, yo.
I got all that shit. Give me a card. Come play with me.
Here's my money, Mr. Guy with the medical card. We'll work around it.
You know what? That's funny. I never thought of that. You know how many people out there just like, hey man, go get this.
And they told me,
get you something.
Right? Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know if you got any weed off the streets while you was out there.
No.
But that shit ain't no good. And I was like, how the fuck? Huh?
Did you bring any weed?
Nah, hell no.
I bought a 3.5.
You went to Chicago though. I went to Milwaukee. That'd have been a whole nother situation.
But you know what? They didn't bother with the shit. What I did was I put it in my check bag.
Yeah.
And they ain't bothered with it.
From a legal state to a legal state, you bring as much as you want.
See, I looked that up. Now, you know once you get in the plane with it, it's illegal. That's still illegal. You can't get around that. I looked it up,
Makes
y'all,
sense.
because I was hell bent on finding out. I don't want to be in jail out of town. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hell bent. I spent, like I said, at least an hour just researching. Now what it is this how they broke it down. Even the mayor said they not fucking with you they not really going after that. TSA don't have any drug sniffing dogs. They said marijuana is not a priority. It's terrorism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So here it is. Now you could come board the plane in Phoenix and fly to Chicago. Now once you get in the air, you committed a crime. Because it's federal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
consider that federal. So now you illegal. So when you land, this how they said they play it. Well, Chicago, they obligated, if they find it, TSA is obligated to call the cops. They got to call the cops. But it's on the cops how they deal with it.
Right.
So they can say, just keep it moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get arrested
Chicago
unless
probably
they want.
don't get no
I
vote.
mean, just the feds. If they really like, let's say you got 3 pounds, then you going to jail. You know
Right,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? You going to
But if you
jail.
only got 2 or 3 pre-rolls or something, they can make it out of here with that. You know what I mean?
They're like, man, we ain't worried
They
about
gonna waste
this
the
shit.
gas money to come get this motherfucker.
Right. Dude, I had to walk
searching your bag,
to
I'ma
Chicago to come get this. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's what they said. They was like, because it's not illegal. They can't really make you throw it away. I mean,
Right.
they could if you get an asshole cop. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can be like, toss that shit.
Now, I had 2 people down there tell me, I'm like, how y'all got dispensaries, but everybody on the street got bullshit weed? They're like, man, the dispensaries, they hogging all the good shit. You know what I mean? The shit on the streets, half the price. It's smoke, but it ain't no shit with no crazy name on it.
They
Then
trying
y'all
to drive
watch High High too.
Listen, they trying to drive the small man out of business.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
what's gonna
gotta
happen.
watch
Yeah,
High High
hustle your
too.
little weed no
Listen,
more. They
man.
want you. Really, you the competition.
You're gonna be gone in a
want you
minute.
out.
Man.
Think
If
about it.
somebody is in
That's
prison
the
right
whole
now for
concept
weed,
of the movie.
at least let them go to the halfway house and work at the dispensary.
But
They know what they doing.
Yeah.
And
we
see
gotta-
those higher shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on in here, bro. I know you know how to weigh this shit and everything.
We got a Mila on deck too.
We got a Mila on there.
She in the inbox right now.
what? We supposed to call her again?
Yeah, remember we was gonna
Mike
finish.
Tyson got a big ass
we was
weed
gonna
farm in
finish up on
California.
Hey,
conversation
that's-
about the autism.
That's
It's
what
another
old
10
girl
minutes.
was telling us
Yeah.
that it's better in Michigan.
In Michigan,
Yeah, they say Canada though is the holy grail. That's where they say where it's at.
that's where all that shit used to come from before it became legal. Really, pretty
I
much
saw
anywhere.
a movie. It was a true story about these 2 kids. They had just got out of high school, or they were still in high school, and it was a true story. It was on Prime, and they was going up to Canada getting the weed and bringing it back down and was selling the shit, and they was making like a killing. You know what I'm saying? They got popped off, but they had a pretty good thing going on.
Good weed available in Wisconsin.
All right,
Weed
we
is
got
right
we
up
got
the block.
we got 10 minutes left on the Uncut show. Should we call her? Should we call her quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's call her.
We still got to talk about the book, the Angry Poops book. Look, now Chris mad.
Hold on, man. We're calling her right now. There we go, guys. Good morning. Hello. She trying to watch the show.
So you get ignored.
Hello.
Make sure it wasn't the bill collector first. This We Energies, you late on your payment. What's going on? What's going on? 102.5, you live with us right now.
Yeah, we're calling you about your car warranty. No. Good morning.
Hey, are you guys able to hear me okay?
Yeah,
I
we're
hear you
here,
now.
we're here. Hello, Demila.
So
She over there
She cracking up. She cracking up, man.
I can hear her over there cracking up.
Yeah.
Hey, Mila, go ahead and we live on air. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
So, are you able to hear me? Because I'm just getting an echo on my end, so I wasn't sure if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You got to turn down your radio.
or your TV.
I know, I'm sorry. I got so distracted.
And it's a 30-second delay between what you're going to actually
Yeah.
see and hear if you're
Just
not talking
listen.
to us directly on the phone.
Just listen through the phone right now.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Amelia Peace. I'm the author. The story about autism.
She got that cricket phone.
You getting muffled.
You muffled, man.
You muffled. Something blocking the speaker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm chasing my daughter around. Hold on. Okay. Do I sound clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, my name is Amelia Peace. I am the author of the children's book, A Lone Bird, a story about autism. And I've been part of the Milwaukee Autism Advocacy for about 10 years or so.
Yeah, I got an autistic kid. He 11 now in Texas. So I've very well read on autism. It's very different for each child, but yeah, man, that's cool. You wrote a book about it.
Yeah, I did. The book was really about, children like your son and many other kids with autism where, sometimes society or individuals in the education system, they may not understand our children well. So the book was really to hold a space for our kids and provide just an introduction to autism spectrum disorder.
Yeah, that's what's up. I don't know if you're familiar with this one book I read, but it was actually written by an autistic child after he grown up a little bit. And that really gave me the most understanding out of everything that I read regarding autism.
What's the name of it?
Do you remember the name of the book?
No, we can find it out though, man. It should be easy to find on Google. I'll get it to you. But it was written by an autistic child.
Cool.
Something like 80 pages, but each page it bring you to their mind frame and how it's different and how they feel different. And
that's dope.
And one thing I do like about that is, just to get the perspective of the child or the adult with autism, because I think that brings a better insight than what I can do, for my daughter. I can only give her voice, and it can carry so far, but coming from the individual itself is empowering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had stopped looking at it as a disability and kind of started looking at it as a gift after reading all that stuff. You know what I mean? I know it might sound backwards, but I mean, you preserve your innocence. It might be harder to do certain things, but there's certain things you ain't got to worry about in life.
Yeah.
Right, and I totally agree with you. Like, in my family and in my community in Milwaukee, in the autism community, we basically look at autism as gifts that children have or adults and the abilities that are different from others, but I look at it as gifts as well, so we're right on point with that.
And they might not excel in all areas, but it's always one area an autistic child outperforms everybody else in.
That's true. And just to add to that point, studies have shown, and it's part of the, I believe, American Disability Association. So studies have shown that children and adults with autism, when it comes to the majors in school, when they get ready to go to high school or college, they actually tend to excel in science, in the math, in the engineering, and in the sciences. So, again, it's all about tapping into how that individual process information. And once you tap into that, it's limitless what they can do.
A lot of people ain't familiar with this one guy. He became one of the richest people in the country. He has a severe form of autism called Asperger's disease. And he's the one that he was just so good at numbers that he saw when he was doing the stock market for fun that the housing market is about to explode, and he invested in the people that was insuring the houses from failing on their loans. And they were like, what are you doing? Everybody thought he was dumb. He said, just be patient. I see the numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Became filthy rich off of that.
And that's what's up, man.
My baby smart as shit, and shit. Look at Gucci Man.
So.
And then on the numbers, like my daughter, her name is Robin. She's 5 years old. So even though her speech, she is nonverbal, But the moment she turned 1 year old, you know, I took the reins and I'm like, you know, I'm her mom and I'm also her educator. So I started teaching her numbers like once she turned 1. And I kid you not, so this child cannot talk. He knows when it's about to be 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, because we have dinner. She understands and watches the time. So she knows and has a routine of like, okay, I'm looking, I'm seeing what's going on. You know, this is the next step of the day and the next step of the day. So, you know, a lot of children and adults, you know, they're good at the same type of things as you and I and everyone else.
Right, because my Jakey, he into dinosaurs, and he knows the names of the dinosaurs, and he can remember them, and he can pronounce dinosaurs words I can't even. You know, I'm looking at, he can just rattle them off.
Well, my Levy wrote his cars. It's cars, man. He knows so much about cars. You got to find out what they interested in because they gonna immerse themselves and then become experts at a young age.
Right.
And you saw Rain, man, when he dropped them toothpicks. He told him right there, you dropped 142 toothpicks.
There you go.
Right there, like what?
Right, you're right. Yeah.
Right.
So it's crazy, but that it's their mind, it's their mindset, and like you said, they excel at certain stuff, and other things they're a little slower at. But when they find their niche, get out their way.
That's the thing with autism. You got to find the proper routine for the children, because once you start breaking that routine is when they start feeling uncomfortable, and then they start acting out. You don't know how to address it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Amila, we got about a few minutes left before we switch over to the FL side. So why don't you give out your information for those people that want to reach out to you, get your book, get some more information, resources on autism and all that.
Yeah, so I'll include that into the chat also before you guys end the show, which was a great conversation today, so I enjoyed it. But I do want to add that for anyone who is interested in knowing more about autism, of course, you can always look up those information. I do have a book that I want to recommend individuals. It is called 10 Things I Wish My Parents Knew, which is a story about autism from an autistic child perspective. And also, you can go to Amazon.com and type in a Lone Bird book, which you'll find my information. And then also, I'll include in the chat how you can reach me on Facebook, which is my publishing company. It's called Berry Autism. And once you type that in, you'll link up with me. And I have great resources for everyone. A lot of services in Milwaukee. Just link up with me. I'll be happy to just share them with you all.
Man, we had a future millionaire in the chat this whole time, huh? Hey, I just want to tell you we appreciate you. We want to give you your roses now. Yes. You put a book out. You did something a lot of people couldn't do. Salute to you. We wish you nothing but success with it. Yeah. And we appreciate you tuning in every day for real, for real.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
so,
thank you.
All right, Amila, we appreciate you once again. Thanks for calling in. Keep in touch.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Have a good one.
You too.
We got 2 minutes left. Let me let y'all. I'm gonna read y'all this comment right quick that somebody wrote concerning the Michaela girl.
Go for it.
The same way them girls came to that 15-year-old girl house to jump her. Ain't no rules in fighting. If she needed a weapon, she needed a weapon. Only person looked stupid was her dad for kicking a child on camera, but he had to help his daughter.
Ain't no rules in fighting, huh?
The police. Wait, it ain't not street fighting. It ain't.
Go ahead. But I'm just saying, I called her out right there. There ain't no rules in street fighting. So what was the difference?
Right.
Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Right. The police officer looked even more stupid because his defense was she was trying to stab him. Did he say that? Did he say that? Because the video didn't show that.
No audio with the video.
Right. He didn't.
I don't think they let police make statements right away.
Right. Yeah. She tried to stab him. She didn't even stab the girl in the pink. She attempted.
Because he stopped it.
Hey, we gotta go.